Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this very, very special edition of the AnCan Art Friends, our veteran appreciation painting class for veterans, their loved ones, and we are so glad to have you here. A humongous thank you to Blue Earth Diagnostics and Johnson & Johnson for sponsoring this class and providing well-deserved art supplies to our veterans. Hannah, anything you would like to say about that?
Thank you so much, our sponsors. Like seriously, like cannot thank you guys enough for letting us send out these supplies to our veterans and their loved ones. We can get started with this super fun project whenever. Are you ready, Alexis?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Hannah. And let's get started.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And again, welcome to Ann Can's Veterans Appreciation Art class. So you guys will have a few supplies with you, more than a few supplies with you. One of those includes modeling paste, some palette knives, some canvas, what else? Some brushes. One other thing I can't, oh, paints as well. Okay. So one thing that you guys should be able to provide for yourselves, however, is perhaps if you care about how your workspace looks and not getting paint on it, perhaps something to cover up the background, newspaper, wax paper, something like that. That would be great. Clearly, I do not care about that, so I'm not going to get anything like that. We're also going to need some water and some napkins as well. And I would get a few napkins just because when we use the modeling paste, every once in a while I'm gonna want to wipe off my palette knife. So just get a few just in case you need those extras. I believe that's it. Okay. Oh no, I'm missing the palette. So you are going to need to provide your own palette as well. A palette doesn't necessarily need to mean that it's like an actual artist's plastic or glass palette. Okay, you can use I don't know, wax paper. You can use foam plates, paper plates, and in fact, I have some like a foam plate here that I use specifically for projects like this. Okay, I don't usually like to buy a lot of these disposable utensils, but I do use them for art supplies, art projects. And I say foam plate or things like that because it's nicer to have, it's a lot more easy actually to have wider spaces to mix the modeling paste, mix the color with your modeling paste. So those wider spaces make it a whole lot easier for that. You can still do it on a palette. It's just a little bit more annoying in my personal opinion. So just wanted to throw that out there. I believe that's it though. Other than that, just we're here to have fun. All right. This is all about the process, all about the texture. As you can see, especially if I like move it around like this, it will take a while to dry. Okay, so make sure that you have a good enough space, like maybe somewhere where the cat's not gonna step on it to put it later. Okay, that's something I need to
Yes.
think about always with all my cats. So put it up someplace safe so it can dry for, oh, I don't know, maybe 48 hours or so. Depends on your humidity and all that good stuff. Before I get further into it though, do you guys have any questions? Any
Yeah,
questions at all? Yes.
are you gonna have like tell us which number knife to use?
Yes, actually, I have a few of my personal preferences. And I don't really know them by the numbers. I just kind of know them by the shape. But again, yes, I have my own personal preferences. However, if you guys have multiple people working with you, you may have to share a set of knives. And I will show you how to use multiple types of palette knives, okay? These guys are going to be my favorites personally. So the round one and this one, just because I feel like it's a little bit easier to move it around. And you guys may change your mind. You guys may choose a different one if one of them isn't working for you, okay? And that's fine. I
Is
want
that
you guys to,
a two and a three?
yeah, this one says two and a three.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how similar all the sets are. What else? You should have your modeling paste as well. Something like this. I believe I was able to send everybody this particular brand. I think it was. So this one's a nice, what's the word, creamy paste. So in my opinion, I feel like it's very easy to use rather than some of the other ones. So you guys should also have some colors as well. And some of these too. Laura says, thank you so much for the supplies. Yes,
Yes, thank you.
yes. You're very welcome. Um, Now I'm going to use a flat brush. Okay, so even if it's not this brand, that's okay. As long as it's flat and it's kind of a big one, it's fine. What we're going to do first is start off with the background. Okay, so I want to point out our colors because our colors are very simple colors. It's really only two different kinds of colors. I've got this golden type of like dark yellow right here, and that is mixed in with it down here as well. So it's all the same kind of yellow. And then we also have blue, okay? However, I did show you a different example earlier with different colors. So I'll bring it out again. And I do want to mention that if you feel like screenshotting or taking a picture of the original or the one that I'm about to show you, feel free to do that. That way you have it close by, okay? So I'll give you guys a moment to do that if you want to do that, and then I'll bring out the other example. So while it's up there, while we're waiting a few seconds, any other questions? There is no question that is too dumb or too simple. Okay, blurt it out.
Oh,
Sometimes
are we
I
gonna are we gonna mix the color with the paste? Or
yes, we are exactly. That's exactly what we're gonna do.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll go ahead and bring out. Give you guys a moment. Bring out the other example. Okay. So here's the other example. You guys okay? Can I do this? And that's the other one. Now, this example is the same painting. It's just different colors. That's all. Same painting, different colors. Although I
Did,
did add, like I said earlier, I did add a little extra flair with a little extra yellow around the moon, but pretty much the same colors. Pretty much the same idea.
are you gonna do the background painting it first, like the dark blue background first?
You got it. Yes, exactly. So, your blue, choose your blue. All right. So the original one has this light blue, which we are going to mix ahead of time. All right. Um, this blue right here has a darker blue. So it's just the opposites. That's all. So
Can I
the
take-
original,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, I'm taking a picture of the first one. Thanks.
Oh, first one. Okay, good.
Good.
Good, good, good.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to use this one right here. Now I'm going to grab my colors, okay? Blue and white and yellow for the original, okay? And I am going to stick with the original colors. That's going to be my color scheme. But again, you have those choices to use whatever colors you want. So I'm going to get my blue, got my white, and then my yellow. Now, please let me know. Do you guys were you guys able to get this kind of gold? It says King's Gold. I don't remember if the set that I sent you guys has this particular one. Can somebody let me know if it has it? Laura, let me see yours.
Mine says lemon.
Oh, okay, it says lemon. Okay, so it has lemon. So I'll use lemon. Okay, so Alexis. Okay, yeah, I didn't remember if the one I sent out has this particular one. That's right. We'll use lemon.
But if we added brown to it, we can make King's Gold, right?
You can, yeah. In fact, I can do that. Do y'all want to do that? Do y'all want to make the King's Gold? All you do is add the yellow and brown. So we can do that.
Yellow and brown.
Yeah.
The chocolate sprinkle.
Yeah, you can use that. It's very similar to the brown I have. Before we mix, let's actually do the background first, okay? So we're not going to mix just yet. I'll guide you through the mixing part when the time comes, okay? So, what was I doing? So
the background.
Yes, so that is exactly what we're going to work on first, okay? So using our white and our blue, we are going to pre-mix a light blue first, and then we'll go in and we'll make a little halo of light blue, and then we'll add, so this little halo in the middle here, that's just to symbolize like the light coming from the moon. That's it. So that's just a little extra white. And then with the rest of our blue, we'll color the rest of it out here, including down here. Even though we have a ton of clouds down here, we still want to just kind of cover all of our bases. So we are still going to reach down here and, of course, all the way up here using the rest of that blue. So we can use your palette, whichever palette you're using. So let's take our blue and our white. A little bit of blue should go a long way. It's a very strong color, and we're just going for a light blue, okay? I am going to use my brush, and I'll just go ahead and just grab a tiny bit of water off the surface. Not too much. So let's just kind of take some of that, add a teensy bit of blue at a time, and let's just see what that does. I'm going to try to keep it contained. Just add a little corner of blue at a time. This blue that you're making right here, whenever we add the halo, we're going to add more white to it, okay? We'll set it aside. This is going to be our main little spot. I'm going to try to keep it contained right here. Honestly, I'll probably end up making a little bit more, so why don't I pour some more white out? We do want a good amount of paint for this.
And hey, Hannah.
Uh-huh.
This is Vera. So if we're doing the darker blue, so we don't have to add white or anything to it.
No, you don't actually. No, you're good to go.
But should I have a little bit of white on my palette for doing the halo?
No, actually, let me bring it out again. Where is it? So
Okay.
if you happen to be doing our nighttime moon, that's what I'll refer to this one as. This is just blue. The halo is just blue by itself. And actually out here is blue mixed with a tiny bit of black paint. So why don't you go ahead and do that actually, Vera?
Okay.
If you're doing the nighttime, go ahead and mix your blue with a tiny bit of black paint so that you can create navy blue.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. And then again, in the center, the halo, that's just plain blue, nothing added to it. Yeah, that's a really good question. I'm glad you asked me that. Now, everybody else, for our, I wouldn't say this is the nighttime. I mean, it's more, I guess it's a daytime moon. Twilight, yeah, something like that. Maybe it's a twilight moon. So for our twilight moon, we do want to add a little bit of white, okay, for our halo. So we're gonna have a separate little pile. So I'll just whatever is in my brush right here, I'm gonna add some more white to that. Just whatever's in my brush. I just want this halo blue to be lighter. We don't need a whole lot. Now I can see there's a difference.
How far down are we going to paint the blue? All the way down, or?
Maybe not all the way, maybe about close to the way down.
Okay, 3/4?
Yeah, 3/4. 3/4 is good.
Okay.
Okay. So since we just created our halo blue, let's go ahead and start with that. Start with halo blue. So this, I'm trying to remember, did I make it off center? No, I think I started out in the middle, but a little bit up. A little in the middle, but just slightly upwards. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this right now so I can paint my picture. Okay, I'm doing the middle. So, but a little bit upward so that there's all this space down here for the clouds. So I'm going to use the flat side of the brush to paint round and round and round. I have a lot of paint on my brush, and that's what I want. That larger amount of paint is going to help me to go a little further, a little faster. It's going to get rid of our brush strokes for us. And I'm making this halo much bigger than what you saw on the picture, and I'm doing that for a reason. Still round though, but again, it's much bigger than what you can see. And I'm doing that for a reason. Now my nighttime moon. Again, you're going to use just plain blue straight out of the tube. That's going to be your halo. Same process. Again, we want lots of paint on our brush. It's a good thing. We want it to be wet.
And you said we should use the biggest canvas in our package, right?
Yep. Yep. I do
Okay.
encourage you guys to use the big one. Should be 11 by 14. Isn't it fun painting like on big canvases? Every time I do, I feel like I'm like putting my whole body into it sometimes. There's this one, a couple times actually in art school where my very first large painting was 7 feet wide. And I don't even remember what I drew on there. I just know that I had to use charcoal, and I had to put my whole body into it in order to get those smooth lines and smooth not brush strokes, but you know what I mean, smooth lines. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, so I'm out of practice.
Oh man. So it's been a while since you painted, huh?
I have done a couple of them, but one thing or another.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Life happens. Life gets in the way. Okay, y'all. So before it dries too much, okay, I still want it to be wet, okay? So I want to just dive straight into the rest of our background color, the rest of our background blue. So I'm not even going to rinse my brush, just keep whatever you have on there. Let's go to our very first slightly darker blue. And I'm going to grab this color, and I can see that it's darker than the halo. And let's start on the outside. This is how I like to blend these different things. Start on the outside of your halo. Start to swoop it towards the inside. And you see in these areas where I'm able to let go of my brush and just kind of use the very, very tippy end of it, that's where the blending happens.
And so for the nighttime one, we just use the little bit of black in the
You got it.
thing we're doing now.
You got it. That navy blue that you mixed up, that's what you'll use instead. So I'll take some more, and it's not quite circular, so I'm going to start out here now, outside of my halo, and bend it this way. And I'm going to relieve pressure as I get closer to the center of my halo. And it's that relief of pressure. See how I just used the very end? It was kind of hard to tell. That's what blends it. You don't really have to pay too much attention. Once you have that halo blended, you can just keep on going and just paint the rest of it on the outside, all the way to the top edge. And here you can really squish down your brush because that helps to get the rest of the paint that's inside the brush. It helps to bring it out.
Hannah,
Uh-huh.
this is Maria. I'm
Hey, Maria.
I'm doing the darker version. I don't know if I have the right color blue in the center. Can I kind of show it to you?
Yeah, show me.
Okay, so this is the one I started out with. Is it too dark?
Well, because you're doing the dark one.
Did you use it straight from the tube?
Yes, I just used a blue and I added,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a medium blue. I used one that I had opened already.
Okay, yeah, no, that's totally fine because once you put down that navy blue, the one where you mix the black in there, you'll see
Uh-huh.
the difference. The
So
only
the navy blue goes around this medium blue?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
the navy blue. Do you want me to describe it again, Maria?
it's a little black with the regular blue.
Yeah, do you want me to make it for you?
Um,
Or
Maria,
show
do you
you
want
how to
to see
make
my,
it?
okay, you could show me if you have time.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
Maria,
everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh, Marcy, we
Well,
see.
in the dark one too, do you want to see?
Yes.
Yeah, Marcy, we'll put Marcy up there.
Oh, okay.
So what I did is I put the white on top of the blue.
Okay.
Oh.
The blue, and I took, because it's still a bit wet, right? So I took
Okay.
put
So I
on-
should add a little white to my circle in the center and then make it a little
But you
bit
have different
lighter.
blues in her.
right. Well, mine, yeah, because I add the black, for the outer edges, I added a little bit of black.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And then in the inside, I put the white. Still working on the white in the inside.
Okay.
so did you just add white on top, paint it on top, or did you mix it in with the blue?
Well,
Original.
the blue was still wet on the canvas, right?
Oh,
So
and then you
I
mix it
added
on.
the white right on top of the wet blue and just like swirled it around like lightly to blend it in. Like Hannah's doing, like, see how light she's blending hers in there too. I did that with the, but I'm still working on the white. I want it a little lighter.
Yeah.
Because I'm adding so much black to try to make this darker.
Oh, okay. So then why don't I do it to mine, okay? So let's just pretend that this is the nighttime one, okay? So what Marcy did was she added some white to the center, to the halo.
Right.
So while it's still wet, because we want it to be wet. So I still have some paint on my brush, and that's good. So I'm going to take a little bit of that white paint and tap it in there. And again, we're going to pretend that this is the dark one. So this is what you'll do. In the center, you'll swirl it around from the center. Use the flat side to really try and blend it in. And you can even add more. If you want it to be a bigger halo than that, you can take a little more. Tap, tap, tap it in there. And then again, though, no matter what, I'm always going to start in the center. And I'm still going to squish it out, brush it out. And you can actually still do this if you're doing the daytime or twilight picture. If you really want it to stand out as light, that's fine too. Swirl, swirl, swirl. Now you have it much, much lighter. The same idea goes if you're trying to blend it, where you don't press down as much, and that'll help with the blending. Does anyone want me to demonstrate that again?
I wouldn't mind seeing it again.
Yeah, that's fine. So we'll just pretend I didn't do anything here, okay? So what I'll do is, since I already have blue on my brush, and that's good. So I want to take some of this white and tap, tap, tap it in there. Just a little at a time will go a long way because we can always add more.
And you said you added a little water, right?
In the very beginning, I did. Just the very beginning. So what I'll do now, since I have that white in here, I'll start in the center and just kind of scrape it out, brush it out from the center. And I can use the flat side of the brush to really blend it. You can always add more if you feel like you need more. So I'll add my second round. Tap, 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 second round of white paint. And then I still want to start in the center. No matter what, I still want to start in the center. But at least I can go further a little bit more if I need to. But I'm always trying to use the flat side of the brush to really swirl it around, swirl it out. I think I like that dramatic halo a little bit better.
Hannah, do you think our halo is going to be under the clouds? Is that all right? Like our sort of like
Oh,
halo?
yes. Yes. Yeah, some of it is supposed to be over the or under the clouds.
Okay.
In fact, I can show you the original if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's the original.
Oh,
See
yeah.
how the halo, it kind of hides behind there?
Yeah, yeah.
And then same thing with the dark one. The halo kind of hides behind there.
So we're going to paint white on top of the dark blue to make the clouds?
Oh, for the clouds?
Well, you said the clouds hide some of the halo, so
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so here, let me
white's
show you.
the white's
That'll
gonna have
come
to go on
much.
top of the dark blue, right?
Yeah, but that'll come much later
Right?
though.
Yeah.
But it won't be a problem that we're covering it up with the light color, right?
No, not at all. Mm-mm.
We don't have to worry about the halo being
No.
away from there.
No, you don't have to. And if there's any part of the halo that you just particularly don't like, you can cover it up with a cloud too. Like it's like it never existed.
And this blue is going all the way down to the bottom?
No, I don't think if you did, that's okay, but I'm just gonna leave it blank, just close to the bottom, because it's not necessary.
Okay, you went all the way then.
Because we're gonna have a bunch of yellow clouds on top of that.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if you can, I mean, if you want to, you can, but it's not a huge deal.
Hey, Marcy, can you show yours again, if you don't mind? I liked how you blended and made your halo. And
Yeah, you did a really good job with that. We
You
love to
have
see
to
it.
share your camera for us to share, Marcy.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Is it good? No, I've been working on it, so it's a little different than before.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
thank you
beautiful.
so much. It looks great.
Okay,
Yeah, that's lovely. Love it.
thank you.
Hannah, can you check mine?
Yeah, let's take a look. There we go. I would come down just a little bit further, but that blending is beautiful.
The blue further down?
Yeah, put the blue just a bit further down.
Okay.
Yeah, but the blending, it's really good.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone else want me to take a look at their pictures? Just let me know. Has anyone done anything creative or fun in the last month or so? Anyone like to ask that question?
I showed you mine already.
Yeah. Marcy's been busy.
So, Alexa, are you the one that posts these on the internet, on the YouTube?
That's me.
I want to thank you so much because I didn't get to do the lemons because I was sick.
Uh-huh.
And I felt so bad, and then I was like, I know she puts it on the internet. So I went looking for it, and I was able to do the lemons. I was so happy.
Oh, wonderful. Yep, that's why we record them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I want to do the lemons too. How am I gonna find it?
It's on it if you go on Can on YouTube and just do Can, and it comes up, and go through that to put on the Can foundation, and then it goes into art. It has many different like categories, but look for the art.
Okay.
Yeah, Maria, I also sent it in the emails too. So like the latest ones that I've been sending today, it's in there. You just kind of have to read through some of the
Yeah,
notes.
last time you didn't put the lemons on the record until after I already did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you found it anyway.
Yeah, I was so happy I found it.
Good.
Thank you, Alexa.
Thank you, Marcy.
Why we do it?
I leave comments too, hopefully. Like I put a like and a comment.
Oh, I want to see. Now I have to go see. This one will also be recorded as well.
So
Definitely.
our library has these art sort of events, and I painted tiles, which was fun with
Ooh.
dots. And she has all these
Ooh,
little dot tools, and so you make patterns on tiles. It was fun.
that's fun.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's kind of like very delicate though. You never get your dots quite perfect, but
Oh,
so you keep wanting to trying to do it over and over again.
man. Yeah,
But the
dots
beauty is if you don't like it, you can just scrape it off and start again.
start again. Oh, that's nice though. Like, so the dots don't really dry too quickly then, or do
Oh,
they?
it does, but I mean the whole thing, if you don't cover it with some kind of varnish, you can scrape the whole piece
Oh,
clean.
okay.
You know what I mean? But
Huh.
there's that special round tool of different sizes. Do you know what I'm talking about? Dot art?
Yes, yes, I know. I don't know what they're called, but I know what tool you're talking about.
Yeah,
They're,
she
they're
has
like,
all sorts of sets of those.
There's like dowels, like little wooden dowels we've done that with.
Yeah.
And the
That
back
was,
of the eraser on the back of a pencil too. We can use that.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was fun.
I love that. We've done it on rocks, on big flat.
Hmm. Well, she
I
stencils, and so we made all these kind of neat things that had some symmetry.
That's cool.
oh,
Otherwise, it's hard to
symmetry.
freehand.
Yeah, well, it's just so relaxing and rewarding if you can get that symmetry. Like, I
Mhm.
find it just so satisfying
When you get it.
when you exactly exactly
But
when
this
you
is
get
very
it.
forgiving because you can keep, you can
You
take a
can't fix
Q-tip
it.
and
You
wipe
want
it off.
Oh, that's really nice, though.
Where's
I'm
Daddy? Is he
looking for
sleeping on
my
the
little
couch?
tools, and I can't find
You
it,
put
but maybe I will in a little
it.
bit. Ah, here it is. I knew I'd find it. So they sell different sizes, this
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
tool, and
And
it's
then
for dotting.
and then like she made us do a lighter shade of the blues. And so you get a big dot and then you put a lighter shade in the middle and it kind of looks,
Oh,
it
that's
looks really cool.
that's fun. Love that. And just so you guys
Want to
know,
have it
you
near the
can
iPad?
rinse your brush whenever you're finished.
You gonna rinse your brush, Christy?
Yeah, yeah, you can rinse your brush. Oh, sorry, you weren't talking to me.
So Alexa, sorry, not Alexa, but Hannah, I
Uh-huh.
was using a tool like the one you just had. I was using a tool like that in pottery class today.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's why I got mine, but I realized later that you can use them for painting, but what were you doing with it?
I am making a head and putting hair on it.
Ooh.
And so I was using that little tool to sort of smooth in the hair that I was adding to the head.
Oh, okay. I can see that. That's really cool. I'd love to see your work
And then
sometime.
I went in afterwards and put lines in to mimic sort of hair.
So, like for
So,
the finer details.
right.
Okay, I
Yeah.
love that.
I'll show it to you when it's finally done, but the project was to make your shadow person, and I'm not sure I really understand what that is. And but we used a balloon to make the head,
Oh,
and
nice.
yeah, and then I'm just, just doing what I can to make it. And the class is alternative firing. So we're using a different kind of clay, and at the end of class, we're going to build a pit and a fire, and we're going
Oh,
to fire everything in the fires, or yeah, in the fire, I guess. Yeah. So
uh,
it's really
is it Raku?
maybe.
Raku? Maybe. That is so fun. There's so much you can do if it's raku, because I'm sure you already got the but like whatever you throw in there gives a different texture to the clay, to the bisque piece.
Right. So that's what she's talking about. We're going to be going around and picking up all sorts of organic things. She wants to, we were making some pinch pots and we're looking for a silver, I think I've got some silver spoon or silver something to rub on the clay because when it fires, there's a little bit of silver left in there and it really changes the color of the
Really?
clay.
Okay, I didn't know
And then
that. That's
we're
cool.
gonna get like seaweed and some various other things. I can figure out exactly what the clay is. I've got MS brain, so I don't remember.
I do too. I do too.
And I have
Um,
brain. I don't know why.
we're all a little wonky here. It's
Hey,
okay.
Hannah, can I show you my dark blue real quick? Do you mind?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Let's go. Let's go for
Let
it.
me unblur my background real quick.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Beautiful. Yes,
Okay.
that is gorgeous.
And thank you for showing, because now I know.
Love
Yeah,
it.
no, you did such a good job there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Marcy
you got
was
it.
an inspiration.
Yep, Marcy.
thank you.
I decided to use purple,
Nice. You used purple?
so I'm going to show mine. So far, it looks really different than everybody else's.
Oh, wow.
See, that's a magical sky or like a portal. I love that. There's magic in there.
So I don't know what color I made because I got out another purple, a darker purple that I had, and
Oh
I
yeah.
mixed some white in with it at some point, and then there's some blue. It's a color that I can't probably totally recreate.
Yeah, well, yeah. Isn't that kind of funny when you can't do it? You can't
So yeah,
recreate.
my palette is a mush of purples and well, what turned into gray because at some point I mixed in some black and some point some white, and then I just wasn't quite getting the color I wanted. I'm like, now it looks like gray. Need more purple.
I never would have known that kind of struggle had you not told me because it looks really good. I never would have known.
My palette
Ooh, it's pretty. Ooh,
is
that's gonna peel off really nicely.
a mess of purple. You know, after these classes are done, one of the joys that I get out of it, I make what I call a messy painting, where I basically just use whatever paint is left on the palette and a big fat brush and like smear it on like a large piece of paper just to come up with something completely abstract and
Yeah, completely
messy.
different. I love
And it's stress
that.
relieving.
I love that idea. I'm gonna borrow it.
Otherwise, I feel like I'm wasting paint. So
Yeah, yeah. You know what I call that? I have my own name for doing that kind of thing. I call it my sloppy seconds. Because
yeah, here's one.
there it is. It's a sloppy seconds painting.
Looks like something a toddler did with finger paint, but it makes me happy.
It's fun though. Now, just so you guys know, we are gonna paint in the moon first, okay? Now, the only reason I'm saying that is because I want you guys to be able to move your picture around before you get all of that really thick stuff at the bottom and a little bit on the top when we put the clouds in, okay? So that's the only reason I'm having you guys go in and do the moon first. Otherwise, because it is a little bit tricky, okay? I will have to say, like, there is a little bit of maneuvering you have to do, but you don't have to do it all in one go either, okay? So just I wanted you to know that, okay? You don't have to get it all in one go. We can get it started now, and then later on, if you want to add, I don't know, a few more brush strokes to it, you can certainly do that, okay? So I just wanted to throw it out there just so y'all know that's why we're doing something that feels a little bit a little bit harder to do. But then after that, the clouds will be a breeze after this one, okay? So the moon, I'm going to start off using one of my pointy knives, okay? So that can be this one, the smaller one, or it can be something like this one, just one of the pointier ones, because it's going to allow us to maneuver it a little bit more easily. So let me show you the original. Just a little bit of a better view. So what I'm going to do is I'll start off with just my modeling paste. So nothing added to it, just the modeling paste. And we're going to just kind of scrape in the beginnings of it. So if you want, you can just kind of practice moving your hand around right now. I'll tell you though, like I'm going to start out small with a small moon, and it's just naturally just going to get larger because that's just kind of what happens, okay? It's just kind of what happens if you don't have a ton of practice using this medium. So just start off small. And again, we're going to start off with just the modeling paste, and then we can add a little bit of that paint to it to give it some color.
But just the paste first.
Yeah, just the paste first. And I am going to take some of the paste out, and I am going to put it onto my palette first. That way I can close the lid on it, and so it doesn't start to dry and get crusty on the outside.
Oh, okay.
Because it can dry, not quickly, but not slowly either. So let me go ahead and I'll just set, when I scoop it out, I'm going to scoop it using the bottom. Okay, so typically when I hold this, I like to rest my finger or my thumb on this part right here. And so I'm going to scoop it using the bottom side. See that? And then put it down. That way it's just easier to handle. Scoop it using the bottom. Lay it down like some very creamy butter. Scoop it. Lay it down. Now, no matter what you want what color you want your moon to be, this is how you're going to start, okay? Now, I am going to wipe this excess off. Actually, first I want to close the lid. So I'm going to wipe the excess off just because it's real easy to accidentally get some of it on if it's spread out a little further on your palette knives. So just kind of wipe it. You can dip it in your water too if that's easier. So just wipe it clean. That way you can start fresh. Now, once we get our beginnings, just like the general shape of our moon, then we can start to mix up that darker yellow. So I'll show you all how to do that afterwards. So again, I'm going to hold it like this, and I'll use the bottom to scoop up a little bit. See that? And then let's go to the center of our halo there. And this is going to be the center of my moon. And I'm going to try to scrape it up to this bottom curve, and then scrape it up to the other curve. And if it becomes a little off center eventually, that's all right.
So how about how big is it? Like a penny? Big?
Good question. Maybe like, it's been a while since I've seen a $50, but like a $50 coin. it's like a big coin.
Okay, got it. Okay, that gives me idea.
Yeah, and even if you're doing like a small, well, I guess nobody else is doing a small one. So yeah, I'd say like a $50, 50-cent coin. So again, I'm going to lift up from the bottom. And again, this is the center of my moon.
Whoa.
I'm always going to scrape it towards the tips.
So you're basically picking up the medium on the bottom of that palette knife, yeah?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
And all of my scraping happens from the bottom of the palette knife.
Okay.
And here's the reason why we haven't put the clouds on yet, because I want you to be able to move your picture around in whatever way is more comfortable for you. So I want to be able to just kind of scrape it. And you can add more than what I have. So this is my third little clump. So no matter what though, anytime I add extra modeling paste, it's always going to be in the center of my moon because I can always work it out from there. It's just easier to spread it if it's all concentrated in the thickest part.
So you're doing the whole moon with the medium.
Exactly.
Okay.
The color that's added in later once I get the shape in there.
Okay. Because I was kind of like doing the outside of the moon, but I see you're doing.
Yeah, I'm just kind of filling it all in.
Cool.
And these brush strokes, like once I put the color in there, these brush strokes are going to change again. So don't make it perfect, okay? Don't make it like
If we can.
well, you can. You can. What do I say to that?
Mine are like little dots. I'm putting like little dots.
If we can.
What was that, Marcy? You're playing with little dots?
I'm putting it in with my palette knife like little dots.
Oh, yeah. That's one way to do it.
So that I don't go too far out of the shape.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Putting little dots there and then scrape it out from there. And to be honest, like my moon is probably going to get a little bit bigger just because we haven't put the color in there yet. So that's going to be more scraping to do. But at least the general shape is there.
Did I smooth out the dots, Hannah? Like it's like choppy, like dots. Should I smooth it out now or just because then it'll just be like paint? What should I do there?
Can I take a look at yours?
Yeah, I'm not sure what to hold on, let me not get my fingers in the paste.
Oh yeah, because you have to lift it. Yeah, that's going to be more difficult to show us later once we have our show and tell at the end.
If you look closely, if you could see how it's like.
Oh, those are pretty. Yeah, but I see what you mean though. Like you dotted it inside.
Should I smooth that out or should I leave it like that?
Well, it's gonna change anyway, no matter what.
Okay.
So go ahead and leave it like that right now.
Okay.
Yeah, because when we add the color, it'll change.
Because in order to get it in there nice, I had to do little tiny dots, little.
Oh, okay.
You know.
I think the dots look really cool. So I say keep it. But again, they're gonna change. So maybe in a couple seconds we can start to mix our yellow color.
I'm gonna be taking care of these knives like they're little babies.
They're super fun.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Hannah, if you don't like your moon, can you like scrape some of it off, or is that gonna like take off some of the paint?
It depends on which part of it you don't like. Is it like what part of it don't you like? Is it the shape or the size?
Pretty much all of it. Well, you guys have like more like it more full, so I tried to make it more full, and now I don't like it even more. Here, I'll show you.
Let's see. Where are you, Jamie? There you are.
See, like, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
like
there you
it's
go.
too far out.
You think it's too far out?
Can I just like scrape part of it? Or is it gonna like take off the paint?
Or just
It,
increase the size of the moon. Just, I think it looks good. We've just increased the outer parts.
yeah, I feel like the
Like
sizes.
make it longer?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking because I think that you might be able to
Like yours looks more like a C, and I think Marcy's looked more like a C. I
it
don't know,
looks like
yours look
the
different.
like
But can
the
you just fill it out? Like from, the part that you feel like is too far out, just fill that in
Yeah.
yeah. Like let
down.
me take some more paint here. And I feel like on your bottom and the top part right here, they just
Yeah.
need to be filled out a little bit. So you
So
might have
take
to
it out
move.
more.
Yeah, I would say just take it out more and you might have to just move this around a little bit to where it's like comfortable, like move the canvas around, but fill it out and then don't even worry about the pointiness of the moon just yet. Get the shape first.
Mm.
So get the shape first. So for me, I'm gonna pretend that, it just needs to be filled out just a bit more over here, but definitely move it around to wherever it's more comfortable for you. And then after that, then you can worry about using the pointier part to create the points.
Hannah,
Uh-huh.
I am crescent challenged. Can I just make it a full moon or
Yeah, that's fine
I
too.
just it looks more and more like Pac-Man and it was
Pac-Man.
going nowhere good.
No, that's fine. Make a full moon. I would be very excited to see that. Yes, I want you guys to be creative with it. If it doesn't work out one way and you're just like, I don't think I like to fight with it, then we can work it out in some other way.
Well, it's a whole lot easier with the paste than it is with spackle. Spackle was so dry, kind of.
Yes, yes. So for context, everyone, I teach a Monday class for MS people, and Marcy is in that Monday class, and Marcy had been using spackle to instead of modeling paste, which you can do. Like some artists do, a lot of artists use actual building materials in their paintings. But the only thing is that, like in Marcy's example, it's just a different way of working with it, and it's not quite the same.
It's crumbly.
Yeah, exactly, because it's spackle. It's more
Well,
crumbly.
mine was about 10 or 12 years old, the spackle too, so
Okay. Yeah, maybe that has something to do with it too.
I have something to do with it.
But I have heard of some people using joint compound. So joint compound mixed with glue and maybe one other thing. And that's how they create large amounts of this kind of modeling paste for huge canvases. Plug in my computer before it dies. My battery is just not, like, I feel like my battery in my computer is going out. There you go. Okay, so I want to pause for a second and go ahead and create the dark brown. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll just mix using one of our spatulas. We can go ahead and use the.
Well, you know what? For the dark blue one, I didn't add my blue color yet. I just have it white. Am I supposed to be adding some?
For the background?
Well, oh, mine's white. Oh, I saw okay, the other thing was a different color. Okay.
Oh yeah. In fact, let me show you.
Yeah, I want to see the colors on the bottom.
Yeah, so
Mine's just white. That's fine, right?
yeah, everybody's is just white right now.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone's is white.
Let me get my camera and make a snapshot.
Yeah. Let me put this out. Go ahead and
I'm
take
gonna
a
take another
picture.
picture too.
I kind of have to hold it like this because
Oh, Okay.
Is this okay?
Thank you.
But I can get, oh, I love the way your blue is.
Yeah, Helen, that's beautiful.
So we need light blue and yellow and
Yep,
dark
that's
blue.
good, Helen. Yeah, that's good, Helen. Yeah, and we are going to be able to fill it out some more too. So,
Okay.
and I'm sorry, what was your question?
So we need 3 colors, light blue, dark blue, and yellow, right?
Yes. Now, for my nighttime people, all right, this one right here. I mentioned earlier that sometimes I like to be a little extra, and sometimes that's at the detriment of my own teaching style. Okay. So my extraness, okay, was adding this extra yellow to it when I didn't need to. All right, did not need to do that, but I was like, I want to do something more. So, but what I originally did, however, is use this purple. So this purple was the main color that I used instead of that yellow. Okay. If you want that yellow, then absolutely. Like you can totally add that yellow. But I didn't do that until much later. Okay. So if you're doing the nighttime mode, the nighttime picture, then let's concentrate just on the purple color first. So you're gonna use that purple.
Do we have to make purple?
I actually did add a tiny little bit of black to it, and that dulled it out a little bit. So you don't have to do that though, because that complicates things, but
But
that is what I did.
That's the texture that we're gonna put on it, the clouds though, right? Are we gonna have the paint mixed with the medium?
Yeah, so we are going to mix no matter what color you choose, whether it be the yellow or the purple, you want a lot of it. Okay, and that's what we're going to do right now.
Okay.
Yeah, no matter what, you want a lot of it. Okay, so I'm going to do my mixing on here because I don't have any space on my other palette. So I'm going to get my yellow and brown. Where did it go? Literally just had it. Oh, it's hiding. Hiding behind my things.
I gotta find out how to mix it. I'll have to wait.
Before you guys do anything though, I'm going to just experiment a little bit and make sure that these are the only 2 colors we're going to use. So don't copy me just yet. I just want to be sure that I'm giving you guys the right instructions. Pour this out. Let's see how see how accurate I got. Okay, yeah. All right. So it is going to be yellow plus brown. Pretty close to it. Not exactly the same, but it's pretty freaking close. Okay. If it's easier for you to mix with a different color, with a brush, feel free to do that if you want to. Otherwise, you can absolutely mix with your any one of your palette knives.
So we put the yellow first, then the purple?
The yellow first and brown, and that's how you mix the are you trying to mix the gold color?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's a lot of yellow, a tiny bit of brown. So I'm gonna do a small amount of brown at a time.
Good. But that purple that goes in the moon, you were saying the night moon,
Oh yeah, the nighttime moon, yeah.
I put it now?
Not yet. I can show you how to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you how to do it. We'll all do it together. So no matter your color choice, we'll all do it together.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna mix a little bit more.
Do we need to do that thick?
Yeah, I would do a lot of it. Like make a lot of it because this same color, we're still going to use it for the rest of our clouds down here.
Well, what are you going to do? Your clouds up top first?
Nope, no, that came later.
Okay. I ask too many questions, don't I?
No, you're fine, Marcy. Totally fine.
So if
So
mine
you're
looks like Dijon mustard, does that mean I put in too much brown?
no, I was actually thinking this kind of looks like a different kind of mustard. Yeah, it should look like Dijon mustard.
All right.
Yeah. If you don't like it though, you're welcome to balance it out with more yellow. Like if you're like, oh, it's a little too Dijon-y, let's put some more mustard in it.
Yeah, I don't know. A little more yellow, mustard.
Now, if you happen to be using your palette knife for the mixing portion, go ahead and just kind of rinse it off or wipe it off. So I can maybe rinse it off a bit and then use my napkin to wipe the rest of it off.
Anna, can you show us the original and how much of the yellow we're going to use?
Yeah, we're going to use a good amount of it. So here it is.
Thank you.
And do you mind showing the dark sky one as well? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if my purple is too dark.
There we go.
Should I add like a little white to it to make it, because I added the black to it. Should I add a little white to it to make it a little lighter?
Yeah, go ahead and add a teensy bit of white. Yeah. Okay. And just so everybody knows, the paste itself will make it more light. It'll make it it will whiten it up. So that it'll just do it further. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now that I have a clean-ish palette knife, again, I'm using my pointy one. So same one that I used to create the moon here. And I'll take some of my Dijon mustard here. Little goes a long way. You can always add more, so just keep that in mind. And I'm trying to think, where did I add it? Let's start off at one end of the moon, and we'll just scrape it in. So start off at one end, and then scrape it in towards the center.
But the medium is still wet. Is that all right?
Yes, it should be wet.
Okay.
That's exactly what we want. Remember how I mentioned that the shape of our moon and all the brush strokes in the middle, those are all going to be different because we're still scraping it in. For me, I feel like I'd like some of my color to be a little bit lighter. So I'm going to go ahead and add a bit more of my paste. I don't need a whole lot, but just to balance it out, make it a bit lighter. I think I'd like for it to be a little bit lighter in the center here. So I can wipe some of this paste off. Wipe it off of my napkin and then go back into my paste. So balancing it with the paste. Add a little bit of that. I probably grabbed a little bit too much, but swipe a little off. And then I'm thinking about this ahead of time, okay? I want this area to be lighter, so that's where I'm putting down my brush stroke. And that act of scraping it in, that's naturally just going to mix it together. Now I feel like I want more of the yellow, so let's balance it out the other way. I'm gonna put the yellow on the other side. It's always about balancing it out. I still have the general shape of my moon, even though it did kind of change shape just a little bit, just because of the act of scraping it some more. But still, for the most part, it's not changed too much. But if you want to change it, though, that's okay. You can still change it. Okay, now I do want to get started on the clouds. I feel like the clouds are just very satisfying to paint. Now I am gonna switch the palette knife to this one. Personally, I love using this one, and you'll kind of see why whenever I do use it. However, of course, you can absolutely use any of the other pointy ones, or even if you have one of the ones that's more like this, you can absolutely use this one as well, whichever one feels more comfortable in your hand. My second choice would probably be this one right here. So it's a number 3. But my first choice for this particular style of cloud would be this one right here, number 2. But again, feel free to jump around to different ones. Now I'm going to go ahead and scoop up some more of my modeling paste because I'm going to want a lot of this white. Let's take the modeling paste, open it up. And once again, I'm going to scoop it from the bottom of the knife, okay? Hold it like this, scoop it from the bottom.
Just, okay, let me get a lot. Here we go.
Yeah, let's just scoop up a lot. And we're going to use pure white to start out with. No mixing anything else in it, just pure white. So satisfying because it's going to feel like butter.
Like a really thick, creamy paint.
Yeah, it is. Super fun. Now I want to take note of the general shape of the clouds. So we'll start on the side, one of the sides, and what I'm going to do is scrape, just scrape these huge lumps. And I'm even going to scrape down here as well. Even though you see color down here, I still had white down here. And you'll kind of get the hang of it as well. But it's, as you can see, it dips down somewhere around the center. I personally feel like it looks really, really nice when paintings are not exactly symmetrical. They have something that's a little off to them. So this little divot, this dip right here is not exactly center. That's my personal preference, but you do what you love to do, okay? So let's take some of this pure white. I got a good amount on here. I can always scoop up a little more. Let's start from one of the sides. And then remember, it is going to get on your table there. But I'm going to flatten it out. See that?
So round it out. Round it out.
Yes, round it out. You can scoop up some more. Round it out. Round it out. Now, notice how we're starting in the back, and that's for a reason. We want to start in the back so that all of the clouds down here, they look like they're in the front. We're being strategic about it. See that butter? It's like buttercream. Anyone else hungry?
Big, fluffy, buttery, creamy ones. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of scalloping it, but don't be afraid to pick up a huge glob of it. Because that's really what makes it more, what's the word? More creamy, more textured.
Did you say you put the white paint into it?
Nope, nope, just straight from the bottle.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
See how I'm really scooping up a lot? And you can do the same thing though with the other palette knives. So in a moment I will show you.
Ooh.
But I can just move from one side to the other. So I'm just making my way. I do feel like you get better results after just one scoop. So you get your one scoop and then you put it down. And then you move on to the next scoop. So that's how you use this one right here. And I hope you can see why this one's my favorite. It's really easy to get those wide streaks. However, you can also use this one as well. I'll use it the same way. I'm scooping it up. But this time I want a good large amount moving around the sides. I don't remember which side. There. I can do the same thing. Just like that. Again, scooping it from the bottom.
How far down do we go?
I'd say maybe about half that space. It's a good long way. Some of your color of choice, it will mix in a little bit with this white paste here, and that's okay. We want some of that mixture. But I'd say a good amount. I'm not too concerned about how it looks down here. Mostly all my attention is up here. And I'm really able to concentrate because I have so much of this modeling paste on my palette knife every single time I go in. It's really fun though. I know I mentioned in my Monday night class with my MS people that I have used palette knives before on a cake because my mom, she likes to plan like all these fun creative stuff for us to do, and so what more fun than to pit her daughters against each other in a cake decorating contest.
Oh,
This was a few years ago, and it was like all of us sisters plus our partners, we were each a team. So she really went all out and she made the cakes ahead of time. Okay, weren't any fancy cakes, just she made them all like from the boxes. And so we got there and we had our ideas using whatever tools that she had available. And so me being me, I'm like, we have to do a Vincent Van Gogh inspired cake. And so I see you shaking your head, Helen. So naturally, I was the boss of my boyfriend. So here I am bossing him around. You do that, you do that, you do that. And we totally should have won. We didn't win because we went all out on this cake. It was like inspired by Vincent Van Gogh's sunflowers. So it had some sunflowers and some swirlies going all around the cake.
oh wow.
And my mom, I was floored when she told us that we didn't win because I'm the artist in the family, all right? I was a little offended. But she told me it was because we were the artists in the family. We were automatically disqualified from winning.
Oh,
What?
That's messed up.
I know.
Not fair.
I wanted to throw the frosting at my sister.
Yes.
So why have a competition if you're automatically disqualified?
She didn't tell us either. But I think she felt bad for her other children and their partners.
That's what I was thinking when, before you said it. Yeah.
She felt bad. So I'll take it as like they got a pity win.
But
There
so
you go.
yours was
That's right.
yours was definitely the best, right?
I do think it was the best. I'm really not like I don't normally brag about this kind of stuff, but it was the best. We gotta
I'm sure
find a
it was.
picture.
I have
And
no
Find a
doubt.
picture. I will find a picture. Maybe like when I send y'all the follow-up email,
yeah.
I'll
And let
send a
us vote.
picture. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
I'll put a poll in there. Yes, you guys can poll.
And then show it to your mom.
Yes.
And
Oh, I
don't
will.
and don't tell us which one is yours. We're gonna just be objective.
Yes, that's how we're gonna do it.
Perfect.
Because we'll never know that the Van Gogh
No, just pretend I didn't say that. You know nothing about it.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
That's
it's
right.
too
Are we
late.
doing this all the way down, Hannah?
No, just about halfway-ish. I think we're probably about ready to mix in a little bit of our color of choice now. So let me go back to the original. So here it is. So we have this in-between color. So this light yellow color right here, and then a darker version of that as well. So what happens is we're going to mix a small amount of paint with our modeling paste, and that's going to give us this very white light color. And you can see I know it's hard to see the detail, but some of it is a little bit mixed with the white paint underneath. And that variation is really nice. We want some of that. Then we're going to move on by mixing a little bit more of the color to the modeling paint. So it's the ratio is a little bit higher.
So on the dark one, you have yellow highlights on the edges. When do we do that?
That was the very last thing. So even after I did the stars, it was after all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
So very, very end.
So now we do a more purplish color.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you got it.
Before you move on, can I put mine up for a second? Because I don't have the same palette knives as you, so mine's not really. Oh, that's just me. So mine's not maneuvering like yours.
Oh, are you using
So
this one? I thought I saw.
These are the only ones that I have. Oops.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you can totally use either on the hand that's holding this one, you have the other two. So you can use either of those two. And
Wait.
those are still good.
On these hands? These three?
Your right hand. Yeah. I'm sorry. The left one. Yeah. So one of those two smaller ones, exactly.
One of these two.
One of the two smaller ones. I would say the only thing would
I've
just
kind of
be
tried
to
all of them.
add more of the modeling paste. Make sure it's at the end here. Make sure you have a lot of it at the end. Here. Yeah, let me pick it up for you. Let me move my brush. I think this one might be the most similar in shape. So make sure there's a lot at the end there because that's really going to help you to get that nice swirl. See that? It's because it's at the end.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you asked. I'm sure somebody else has that question. So I'm going to go ahead and scoop some more of my modeling paste here because I need more. And then I'll mix a little bit of my yellow to this pile. So slap it down. Even if it it's a lot, that's okay because we're still going to use it for the darker clouds as well. So now that I have a ton more, let's scoop up a pretty small amount of that yellow that we just mixed. Let's see what this does. We're just looking for a light color. Same if you're using a purple instead. We're just looking for a light purple. See, that didn't really take very much. Like a light whipped butter or something like that. That's what it looks like. It's like a whipped butter.
Where's the biscuits, Hannah?
Right? Who's making biscuits?
Where are they?
Callie's making biscuits. My cat. So I don't think I've told anyone. It's kind of weird, but I have three wasp nests outside. And I like to keep them there because I really feel bad for all the wasps whenever they're like looking for homes. And so I let them stay in my my patio area. And they don't bother me. I go out there and I can hang out and nobody bothers me. I don't bother them. And but my cats though, they're another story. They learned pretty recently that you shouldn't mess with the wasps, even if they're close by. So it's I think probably one of them got stung, but I couldn't really like I can't really tell where they got stung because I don't see anything. But just find it interesting how that works.
Hannah, if we're doing the nighttime one, what color are we making the other clouds? What are we mixing with the, is it black or purple?
Purple. I would use purple.
Purple, okay.
Yeah.
A little bit of purple this time around that way you have just a very light color.
Are we changing knives?
No, use the same knife that you used for the first time around. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have a different one just because it's what I had in my hand. So
Yeah.
once you're ready, start adding it the same way. So same exact technique, except I am overlapping my previous white brush strokes. But again, it's the same technique. I still have a lot of it, especially concentrated at the end here, because that's really what helps me to get those nice, smoother, round edges. And it's nice to stagger them as well.
Mix the purple in with the pastel.
Nice to stagger them. And I'm taking this pretty far down.
Is
Like
the, is
I'm
the,
really,
is the purple light purple or dark purple?
it should be a light purple. Like once you mix it in, it should look like a light purple.
Okay, okay.
Lilac, right?
Yeah, lilac's a good
Okay, that's
name for it.
got it.
So this layer will be the lighter purple, and then we'll do the dark purple at the forefront, correct?
Yep.
Or at the bottom.
Yep,
Okay.
you got it. Good terms. So I'm gonna keep going further down. Whoops. I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna go all the way down, but I'm just gonna keep going. I really need to make a large painting with this stuff. I have a terrible habit of collecting large canvases, and I need to actually finally use them. Because I see these sales. Michael's has their like biannual 70% off sale. Yes, I'm gonna pay attention to that and then take advantage.
I have bought a few on sale, and every day I'm like literally every day I said I'm gonna paint, and then all of a sudden my schedule gets changed.
Ah,
Like
and then
today.
it's hard to carve out that time. Now, if by chance you feel like you need a little bit more of that modeling paste, um, definitely either use a completely different palette knife to scoop out some more modeling paste, or just wipe off the one that you're using now before you put it in there. Trust me, I forget,
Yeah.
so I should mention that.
And
If
you
I
must
forget,
have that.
somebody else probably does too. So I'm just going to use a completely different one and put that in there. What we will do now is add an even larger ratio of paint to modeling paste. That way it becomes darker. Anytime you're ready, you can switch to that. So I'll just take this. And scoop up more of my paint. I want it to be darker now. And I'm just going to use the same pile because I'm finished adding this really light color. So I'll just use the same pile of paint. I feel like I need to make more paint.
The more I try to fix it, the worse it gets. Ever feel that?
No, Marcy.
So we really want the same blue as we're using for the sky at the bottom, right?
I think I used purple for this. So are you talking about the dark one?
Yeah, it kind of, okay. It's
Yeah,
more purpley blue though, because I
yeah.
see in the left-hand side, it's kind of blue again, but and lower left. Okay.
Yeah, I probably accidentally got some of the blue
Oh, okay.
here. That's probably what you're seeing.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
fine. So you want purple.
yeah, purple. Yeah, what you're seeing, that's probably just because I put my colors real close together.
I might put a dab of blue in there too
Yeah, if you like it, then I would do that. Just
to
put a little
make
blue
it
in there.
match.
It's a happy accident.
I love it when that happens. Happy accidents. Instead of, well, I guess I could do that.
So the very last one is the darker purple.
Yep.
Oh shoot.
So it's add more of your purple. So it's a larger ratio of purple to larger ratio of purple to modeling paste. Probably just add the yellow straight to this pile of modeling paste. Here I am thinking I can mix it. And I can, but didn't want to.
Are the clouds on the top going to be completely white, or are they going to be a touch of the cloud color on the bottom?
Actually, once we jump up to there, we're gonna use this darker version of the color. That way we don't have to rinse anything and put white on top of that. And I'll show you in a bit, but we'll basically mix everything together on the canvas.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's really nothing special to it.
So
Mhm.
so we take this all the way down to the bottom now?
Yep, that's exactly it. So once
Okay.
you're ready, you can start to take it all the way to the bottom. Whoops. Try not to drop everything.
I've dropped my paintbrush 3 times in the first half hour.
Oh no.
I just
If you would know what I have done.
Oh no.
Very nice. Ginger at the paste all over.
Fade, so there. I'm gonna go wash.
I hope it comes out.
Oh no. Have you
I've
guys,
got
what was that?
I've got paint and modeling whatever all over me.
Yeah, I'm using my fingers.
Finger painting, yeah.
It's easier. Just have to have lots of napkins.
Yeah, definitely. It's hard because as you get to the bottom here, like it's definitely going to get on the your surface.
I have noticed with all of Hannah's classes that, napkins are a must.
Yes, they're a must.
They're a must.
Do you guys remember? Maybe you don't remember, maybe you do. But I definitely remember our very first Ancan class. This was like 3 years ago, maybe. And our very first class, it was markers. And we did that, we did the Vincent van Gogh sunflowers.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was drinking tea and I just my hands just do what they want to do sometimes. So I knocked my tea down on my picture on the example piece. And
Right.
so I had to like improvise. Like, oh, well, we're gonna let that dry. Then I'll fix it later. And I don't know what made me think of that particular moment, but it comes to my head every once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hannah, I've accidentally put my paintbrush in the drink.
Yes.
Uh,
Have you actually drank it? Because I've drank it before.
No, I didn't drink it, but I looked it up when I went to drink it, and the brush was sitting in there.
Oh. Yeah, that's no fun.
Even worse, I was at a paint a pot event, and I was next to a lady who was drinking coffee, and I put mine in hers.
Oh
Then I just took her coffee away, and at the end I said, "I have a confession to make," and she said, "Yeah, I was wondering where my coffee went."
no. You prevented her from being
Coffee
poisoned.
poisoning or something.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever done that to somebody else's. Just
Yeah.
my own. Just poisoned myself. That's all. Okay. Now y'all can, finish this up. All right. Go all the way to the bottom. Um, Definitely don't clean off your palette knife just yet because we're not done with this color. Like I was telling Marcy, we're gonna take the same darker version of our color, so the darker cream color, and we're gonna start to create our clouds up here, except the clouds at the top are more misty. They don't have as defined of a shape. So, I mean, I guess in some areas it does, but it's supposed to be where the wind, like you can see the wind very clearly moving it around. And here's the other one. Even more so with this one. So, some areas are more defined, but for the most part, not really. So what I did with this is I started out with my darkest color. You can see that same darker color back here. And then add the white straight on top of it. That way it mixes into this more marbled pattern that you see here. So it's the darkest and the lightest on top of each other, and that's what gives us this texture, this coloration. So again, you can stick with the same one, or you can choose a different palette knife to use. So I still have plenty here. So I can take some of this. And I want to figure out where my thickest portions are going to be. So maybe I want my thick portion to be here.
So for the blue one, you use the dark purple there?
Yep, that's exactly it. You use the darker version of purple right up in the same spot.
I keep running out of it. I'm making my icing too thick.
Oh. Now I want my thicker portion here, and I want it to kind of trail off. So there's not going to be as much over here. And you can even see that I'm scraping like the bottom area too. And I've also decided I want my thickest portion of my second cloud to be kind of down here. So I'm just putting a lot of my paint in those areas. And I can hear it. Like you can hear it scraping.
It's so lopsided. Oh my goodness. I'm going upside down.
I'm amazed you can move it.
But you're only having paint on the tip, right? You're not making the whole flat part wet.
Yeah, no, I'm not. This is all just residual.
Yeah.
I'm concentrating everything at the top here.
Because I don't want to blotch the dark part of the sky.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna take it off. Nice palette. Okay.
In fact, I may as well just wipe
Yeah, I just did.
this. Yeah. It's too easy to accidentally like nick it on something.
Mm-hmm.
You don't clean it.
Then you just make a bigger cloud, right?
Exactly. Or a
And it's
bigger
all one
mess.
big cloud, right?
Yeah. Or a bigger mess on something. Yeah, totally understand that. Even though this is a smaller area, I kind of like using this particular knife to squish it in. I don't know, it just feels right. Now, I don't want this to dry, okay? This is a very thin layer, and so I can already see some of it drying just a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out some more of the white, well, not white, but modeling paste by itself. And let's just set it aside. Don't think I'll need too much. I just poured out a little bit or scooped out a little bit. Don't think I'll need a lot. So now what I can do is take this scoop of white. So we're going the opposite now. So white, and we're going to put it on top of our dark clouds. And then smush these colors together. And that's going to give us that marbling effect. See how I'm rounding it out? You can always add more, so just go back to your pile over here. Add some more to make some of it lighter.
I don't like it. Is there a way to wipe it all off?
Oh no, Marcy!
It's
What
another.
about it don't you like?
I made the cloud too big.
Oh, too big?
Yeah, it's taken over the entire top. Too fat and big.
Let me see. Let me try. Maybe if I use I don't know if this will work, but I'm gonna try it, okay?
Okay.
So.
Oh, no, don't mess up yours. Oh
no, it's okay. If you can, take a small portion of your napkin, dip it in your water, if you can.
Let me do it. Paper towel.
Yeah, paper towel or napkin. Okay. Oops. Little power mode. And then see if you can just wipe away some off the side. You won't be able to wipe the whole thing away because it's there.
But it might be able to make it like a little more translucent behind it, like it's behind instead of right in front.
Yes, exactly. So you see how I'm wadding it up like this? And then I'm wetting this wadded up portion.
Okay.
I don't want a whole lot of water. I don't want it to drip.
Right.
It's kind of, I know it's kind of tricky, but we're going to try.
Yeah, it's working.
But I don't, okay, good. Try to isolate some of this. So that's how you can scrape away some of it. This is definitely messy though. Would not recommend if you can't.
Oh my gosh, I'm dipping my dress in the bottom part while I'm looking at the top.
Dipping your dress? What do you mean?
Well, I was leaning against it at the bottom, so now
Oh,
I gotta redo the bottom.
oh, so you got it on your
I have it
thumb.
on my lap. Oh well.
Now I'm gonna add mine back. Again, we're looking for more misty, not nice and sculpted like down here. We're almost done, guys. We just have a few of the stars to make, and then that's it.
I always wonder what was this paste because I want to make an ocean, with the waves and use that paste.
Oh yeah, the waves, yeah.
That's what and it's like you read my mind when you send me that message. Like, oh,
Wow, though that's awesome though. I feel like we're on the same wavelength.
yeah, we were. It was
I
like,
love that.
oh my gosh, she just called.
Just so everyone knows, Helen was a student of mine when I was doing classes at the VA. So
Oh,
it was what was it every week? I think it was every week.
Yeah, every Wednesday.
It was every Wednesday, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just like today. Yeah, we did that for what, 2 years?
Uh-huh.
Was it
Yeah.
2? Yeah, it was 2 years.
And every year at the beginning of the year, something happens to me because that time I fell and I broke my hand.
I know, I know.
And so this February, I decided, it was like a sudden decision. Let's go somewhere for my birthday. And we just went and we were so excited.
Oh,
Well, 2 days before coming back home, I tore my meniscus.
your meniscus. Oh,
And it's still like that.
it's
that's
still.
the knee, right? The meniscus, that's your knee.
Like the cushion.
Ugh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's painful.
It is very painful, and I've been like that since February.
Wow. So
This year?
Yeah. So like
Oh, yikes.
every year I do something.
oh, cool. So do you wear like a cast or just something around your knee?
No, they usually they take it out, but I don't want to take it out because I don't want to stay bone on bone.
Oh,
But then all it does is speeds up your like a knee replacement.
I see.
And it's just in a corner, and so I don't know, just like really
Oh, oh no, Helen.
frustrating.
It was all just because you're excited for your birthday.
Exactly.
Aw,
And I
it's
decided
okay.
to go to New York.
Aw. Well, if it makes you feel any better, that sounds exactly like something I would do too. So,
See the wavelength that
uh,
reaches
yeah.
out neighborhood.
Now this year I did end up getting the flu first and then pneumonia. And
Oh,
I was sick for a very long time. A very long time.
Come on. That sounds bad.
Yeah, no fun.
To compare it to that.
Oh no, it's no, it's at least I got better though eventually. Took a while.
That's what I was wondering. It's like I haven't heard from her at all.
Yeah, yeah, I was sick and then I got real busy.
Oh, with
Uh,
the organization?
with traveling. I was traveling a
Oh,
lot.
yeah.
And
where
then
did
I
you
was just tired.
where did you go?
Well, I went to New York one time, and I went to San Francisco another time. Where else did I go? Where
Oh,
else
you
did-
had fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Yeah, I went to Walnut Creek, like near Oakland, another time. And that's when I got to go and visit Karen over there. Got to go visit Karen.
Oh, that's cool.
New York was so cool. I did not expect to like New York as much as I did.
I love it.
But there's lots of art museums there, right?
Yeah, a lot of art museums, but I thought I'll do the art museums next time. Like we were just
Oh,
like trying to get like all the hot spots like the Statue of Liberty and I
Mhm.
don't know, riding the subway and
Did you
talking to
go to a
people.
Broadway show?
No, no.
Oh,
No, because they're kind of expensive and we're on a budget, so
yeah, it's true.
yeah, I can do that one. Not this time, but it's on my list. I would love to see Cats if it's ever on Broadway again. I want to see Cats. Ooh, let's do the stars. Let's do the stars now. So on the original painting, I used white. So you're welcome to use just the modeling paste. And I say white, but it's the modeling paste just straight from the tub. And just do a little dot as well. So just so you can tap it with the same little thing. Or you can take the end of a paintbrush, any small paintbrush, and tap using that. So just some ideas. In the other picture, I did some yellow stars. So I did mix the yellow with the modeling paste. So it looks more like a light yellow. And then after I did the stars, that's when I like went a little more and I added the yellow ring around the moon and then just a little bit here. So again, that's also going to be that darker like Dijon mustard kind of yellow mixed with the modeling paste. But let's start with the stars first. So, because this is the original, I will use just white modeling paste. And I want to use one of the more pointy palette knives. So it's one of the smaller ones, very pointy. You can use the same one that you use for the moon. So start in the middle. This is for your large, what's it? Large star. Start in the middle and then scrape it up and down and up and down. Up and down, up and down. And then on the side, again, start in the middle, side to side, side to side. You may have to tap a little extra off. And then also in the horizontally as well. No, not horizontal, diagonally. Just like that. In the original, I have 3 large stars, but do as many as you like. So again, tap, tap, tap in the middle. And then you scrape using the thin side, scrape up and down. And then you scrape side to side, up and down, side to side. And then you do diagonally. Personally, I like to have one of the lines a little bit longer than all the others. A little bit of that asymmetry. But that's just me. I'm going to try to be careful because it's possible to accidentally knock into one of these clouds. Maybe I'll do another one right here. And then you're welcome to, if you don't have another brush around you to do the dots, you can actually just very carefully go around and do small dots like that. But otherwise, if you do have a brush at your disposal, that's easy too. So
Hannah,
take...
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was a little behind. Can you just show me how to do the stars again?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do another one. So the original painting, it has white as the stars, so just the modeling paste by itself. But you're doing the other one, right?
I'm doing the midnight one, yeah.
Yeah, the midnight one. That one has. Oops.
Oh, something happened to the screen.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got your picture.
Oh, JP, look at that. And there's your alien spaceship. I love it.
Oh,
Wow.
I love it.
Oh, that's really awesome. JP, I love it. I love the colors. Like the colors, and then of course your spaceship. I love that.
Remember that.
Of course, it has to have the spaceship.
I love it. I always look forward to what you're gonna do, JP. I always love like seeing the creativity that comes out of it. Thanks for sharing. But if you have the midnight, you can use yellow if you want to. But so if you want to make a star, you want to use the tip. So the tip of one of your pointier ones, and then you'll start in the middle, and then you'll just kind of tap a little bit off like that, and then scrape up first. So I'm going to use the edge of this to scrape up, up, up. And then you can get a little more if you need to. And then scrape side to side. First it was up and down, next is side to side, and then diagonally.
Yeah, I cheated with my clouds. I used those plastic condiment things you get like at Wendy's as a circle because I can't make a circle.
Wait, the plastic condiment thing? So like, did you squish it and
I
then
used it. I
I
dipped it on the palette with the paint with the modeling paste, and then just rubbed it on that way.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Like, what are these things?
And then I used the bottom for the upper
Those
cloud.
they help your hand if you're
Oh,
holding
Laurel,
a
I
pencil and
see you
your
putting yours up.
hand is impaired.
I love that. That's such a good idea, JP.
It came in my thing too.
Laurel, did you do the same thing?
No,
Oh,
Wow.
I'm muted. He's got these little guys, little solo cups.
oh, I see them. What a good idea.
This is not candy. This is mine.
Wow, that is gorgeous, Laurel. I love that you used just 3 different colors for that.
I was using a toothpick too. I was having time doing the stars with the side of this.
Oh, yeah. But toothpicks help?
Yeah, it was pretty
cool.
Or just the dots. You could, dot with the toothpick.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to know. I love that.
Oh,
Puppers! Puppies!
What a job they have.
I know. They're there to keep y'all safe. I love them. Y'all, your pictures are gorgeous.
They're fantastic.
Hannah, do you remember Care Bears?
Yes, Care Bears, yes.
That's what your picture looks like, a Care Bear.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
Doesn't it look like a Care Bear? Remember?
Dreams.
It,
Oh, I
it
love it.
does.
Let's
It
go
does.
ahead and share. I want to see everybody's work now, especially as others are finishing up. Those stars are the last things to do. So maybe Andrea, maybe we can do you first. Andrea, here you go. There we go. Ooh.
Trouble with stars, so all I did was the dots, and I had a number of, kind of trying to fix it things, and my clouds went too high, but overall, I kind of like it.
Hey, it's all about the clouds. What really stands out to me is like in the center, like this general area of your piece, I can see a very subtle what's the word? Gradation in color, and I love seeing that. Like that's just
That's what
beautiful to me.
that
It,
was, yeah,
it
I was
looks
really trying
delicious.
Yeah.
to
And
get it.
your crescent moon is really pretty too.
Thank you.
The shape is gorgeous.
Excellent.
Very cool. Thank you, Andrea. So
Thank
pretty.
you, Hannah.
Ah, Marcy.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
It's gorgeous.
Especially like the top cloud there at the top where it kind of has that like funky shape. That's my favorite cloud. I mean,
Looks like
everything else
ice
is
I
gorgeous,
love
cream.
it
but I
too.
love that one too.
That's the one that I had wiped I wiped half of it off.
Really? That's
Yeah, and
beautiful.
the paint underneath didn't come off, so it was great,
But
And
I'm
where it did come off, I just put the cloud where the paint lightened from wiping it with the water.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
Then
loving like all the different textures too.
Mm-hmm.
Like this down here is just so beautiful. And I can't wait to see like how that's gonna look when it's actually dried. And then contrast that with your moon, like the moon and all that stippling you did. That's so pretty too.
the little dots, right, to get it in.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I know. That's gorgeous, Marcy.
Great job.
Love it.
You.
Who's next?
I'm watching. You can wave your arms, you can yell.
This is mine, Hannah.
Yay. Let's see it. Ooh, that's such a beautiful color. Oh my God. And I love that you put like the yellow in the clouds up at the top too. That's such a nice little touch.
And on this side a little bit, you see?
Oh yeah, on the side there.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. So you used a few different kinds of purples. So you kind of like pre-mixed them, like different purples. That's so pretty.
As I went along, it wasn't going out the way I thought, but it matched.
No, they didn't. It came out great.
Excellent work.
Pretty too.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, thank you. Oh, I love these. JP, I want to put an alien in mine now. Keep thinking about the alien.
Very appropriate.
Yeah.
Jamie.
Oh, Jamie, I see you.
Space,
That.
you used to put a space all the
It's
time.
gonna dry nice, Chrissy. I like your clouds.
I love this, Jamie. Like I love like the what is it? The gradation, like that very subtle gradation, like on the sides, and then in the middle, like you have that one that really stands out. That's what I love about this.
No, just one more.
I love
you.
it.
Yes,
See,
it's
it makes sense.
beautiful.
And that's a
Beautiful.
really nice was it like a gradation, like your halo in the background? It just sits very well and it's very symmetrical.
Don't let that clay stuff go down the sink.
The
Beautiful.
palettes were hard. The knives were hard for me, so
They're kind of hard. You did good though. You did really good.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jamie.
thank you.
Y'all did so good. Who else would like to share?
Hannah?
Oh yeah, Maria.
Okay, here we go. This is definitely not my forte.
Oh man.
Pretty. That looks very. The moon. I love the moon.
Yeah, the moon too.
Yes.
I really love that like the top clouds are just as fluffy as the bottom clouds. I love that.
I had a really hard time
Beautiful.
getting the purple to be dark, dark purple.
Oh,
I
okay.
kept adding purple and it wasn't getting any darker. So then we started adding a little black and it came out gray instead.
No, I love that. It's such a very modern palette.
Yeah.
Like those colors are in.
I,
I
okay,
like the
Chris,
purple.
and
Yeah, I
Chrissy
Hannah,
love
I
has,
purple.
just want to jump into a whole tub of marshmallow cream now. I'm
and Chrissy,
having urges.
That's exactly what this is. It's a marshmallow cream.
so Christy is cleaning up, but this is the one
Oh,
Christy did.
oh, Christy did that one. Oh, see, again with the marshmallows.
Ugh.
So pretty. I really love like the sky at the top too, and especially all the stars that you put.
Yeah,
There's something about like that color scheme. It looks like it's gold to me. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
and, and I know that you used like the not gold, unless you did,
Well, I
but it
did
looks
have a
gold to
gold.
me.
I did have a gold, so we decided to use the gold.
Oh, see, I love it. I love that whole color scheme.
Yeah. So,
Beautiful.
yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, thank you
You should
guys.
see the mess. We have such a mess here. It's
I
unbelievable.
know.
I bet.
I'm
That is
wondering
funny.
if Alexis forgot to eat dinner. She keeps talking about food.
Oh no.
No, I ate
I'm not
dinner.
quite
It's
done
just
yet,
so
but
fluffy.
Oh,
Now,
Vera. I love it. The moon is so pretty. I love that you put so much purple in there.
I think you.
See, I feel like even with
Laura would love that
yours,
too.
Yeah, big gloves on Christy. Good.
yeah, I wonder with yours, the moon almost looks metallic to me too, but I wonder if that's just the way you put the purple in there.
Uh, Maybe. I kind of did like what Marcy did and just kind of did little dots and stuff like that. So it kind of makes that, I guess, different.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
like you see how it's a little bumpy? Well,
Yeah, I
the
see
moon doesn't
that.
have craters. You can see all my
That's
craters.
pretty. It's pretty though. It's really nice. And I really love your halo effect too. Like the brush strokes, which are barely visible, but the way you put the brush strokes in there in the background, it's just really pretty.
Thank you. Like I said, I was inspired by Marcy. Hers was, I loved yours,
Yeah.
Marcy. Your brush strokes were on point.
Oh,
I loved them.
thank you. But I like your deep, your blue is more deep, and
Oh yeah, that's
I
a
love the deepness of your blue.
good word for
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
You put your stars in there, boy, is that really going to stand out.
Laura, oh my God.
Ugh.
That you
I
did the
am loving
purple.
everybody's purple.
I
I
know.
love it.
But I love that you have like so many different types of purple too. But like your clouds, it really looks the way I guess the way you put the white in the clouds at the top, but then also at the bottom, it looks like there's so much glow emanating from the moon itself. Like the moon has some sort of like magical, super bright aura,
Hannah, I'm
and
about to
that's the
howl.
moon.
I'm about to howl.
Nice.
Yeah,
Mm.
see, Alexa's turning his wolf.
Oh boy.
I love that purple, all the purples though. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful choice.
As always.
I
Of course.
love how so many other people used a lot of purple. This must be
Yeah,
my night.
this is such a good idea. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Yes, and Marion, I love that too. See, it's just so brightly blue,
Mm-hmm.
and like that contrasted with the stars too. They really stand out, and I'm loving like all the textures that I see too in the clouds. It
Yeah,
almost
maybe the clouds were a bit too heavy.
I
But
like that though. I like that it
look at
kind
my
of
hands. I
yeah.
was finger painting.
Yeah, super messy. But I love that your clouds almost curve around the halo. They almost just barely.
Okay.
It's just
They
a very
frame it
subtle
very
curve.
well, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But I liked all the
Yep.
different colors in your clouds. They kind of you can see it like going forward and backwards, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It gives it depth. That's what I'm trying to say.
There's so
It
much
was fun. I really like this.
Nice, good. There's so much sophistication in y'all's paintings. Tess, did you wanna share?
Sure. So here's mine.
Ooh!
I know. See, again with like that glow. I love how I can tell that that light is emanating, especially in the clouds back there
Thank
up at
you.
the top. And the shape of your moon is really pretty too.
Thank you.
Nice. Thank you so much, Tess.
Beautiful.
Yeah, these were all gorgeous. Did we miss anybody? Does anybody else? I don't know if we missed anybody. If not, that's okay.
Marion, did we get you?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
It's this one. I was just.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Alex? Oh, her pictures don't work. Never mind. Her video isn't showing.
My video shows. Are you talking about Alexis?
Alexis. Yeah, it's very close. I call her Alexa often. She looks at me and says that's not my name. I'm like, yeah, but she who shall not be named, it's her name, and I say her name a lot.
Oh man.
I relate to the TikTok of that's not my name. That's not my name.
That's not my name. Well, you guys did a fantastic job. Y'all should be proud of yourselves. I'm proud of you guys for all of this. Again, I want to thank our sponsors just for giving us this opportunity to use this very fancy medium.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, so relaxing, and I'm so glad that you guys were able to experience it now. So go out there and make your own, make more paintings because you should have a good amount in there.
Yes. We thank you so much to Blue Earth Diagnostics and Johnson & Johnson for sponsoring this class. And Hannah, we will be having a second Veterans Art class this year.
Yes, we will in September. The specific date to be decided, but definitely September. Okay, so I can send you guys the registration for that ahead of time.
Yes.
You'll get an actual date soon. So we'll get that down.
Yeah, so we are having that. And then, Hannah, we will be back this month for our regular art class, which I think is on July 17th.
Yeah, July 17th. So that is it's always going to be the third Thursdays of the month. So yes, July 17th. Same time. So 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So that one, bring your own art supplies. And if anybody has any ideas as to what you want to do in that class, let me know. I have to make it this week. So if you have any ideas, let me know. And you guys will get an email with the recording as well. So if you want to do this project again, of course, you're more than welcome.
Different colors. You can get crazy. You can add an alien.
I'm gonna add an alien. I'm totally gonna add an alien.
Will we be on the mailing list because we came to this class for the third Thursday class?
Yes.
Oh. Yes. So anybody who registers for any of our classes, even just one time, you're always going to be on the mailing list. So you'll get like an initial, like, hey, we're going to have it on this date. But if you don't sign up though for that date, then I don't want to like flood y'all's emails, so I won't send another email after that. So you do have to sign up for that month's class. But you will get that reminder.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. And so we will see everyone soon. So have a fantastic weekend and we will see you soon. Thank you so much. And thank you once again to our sponsors. Good night, everybody.